The Donetsk front remains active. Pressure has not eased. In recent days, a short video began circulating across military monitoring channels. The accompanying narrative is specific. It claims that Ukrainian personnel, including elements associated with the Skala unit, surrendered in the area of Hryshyn, near Pokrovsk. The available visuals are limited. Several uniformed individuals, damaged structures, snow-covered ground. For some observers, the footage is seen as a possible indicator of increasing Russian pressure in this sector. For more cautious analysts, however, the central question is different. Verification, context, operational consistency. In modern conflict, particularly in the Russia-Ukraine war, these three factors are decisive. Information now travels faster than confirmation. For that reason, any claim emerging from the front line must be placed within a disciplined analytical framework, not dismissed outright, not accepted uncritically, but assessed proportionally. To evaluate any claim from Hryshyn, geographic and operational context is essential. Hryshyn lies northwest of Pokrovsk. This is not an isolated location. Operationally, the Pokrovsk corridor carries clear tactical relevance for both sides. For Ukraine, the area forms part of a layered defensive belt in western Donetsk. For Russia, sustained pressure here could gradually compress Ukrainian maneuver space in the central Donbass sector. Over recent months, Russian activity in this area has displayed a relatively consistent pattern. Not rapid breakthrough operations, not high-risk deep thrusts. Instead, a methodical approach. Sustained artillery pressure, limited infantry pushes, incremental forward movement. Several military observers have described this pattern as slow but persistent. And in positional warfare, persistence often matters. The implication is straightforward. Local engagements producing dozens of casualties in this sector would not be unusual. In purely military terms, a serious clash near Hryshyn is entirely plausible. But plausibility is not confirmation. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, Ukrainian forces, including elements linked to the Skala regiment, attempted an assault toward Hryshyn. Moscow states that the attack was repelled. The same briefing reported Ukrainian personnel losses estimated at approximately 30. From the Russian perspective, this is presented as evidence that sustained pressure around Pokrovsk is beginning to generate tactical effects. This messaging is consistent with Russia's broader communication pattern in recent months, namely emphasizing gradual attrition of Ukrainian capabilities at selected points along the front. From the Ukrainian side, however, there has been no public confirmation of losses matching the figures cited by Moscow. This absence is not unusual. In active conflicts, both sides routinely limit disclosure of their own losses, highlight enemy casualties, and shape narratives aligned with their strategic messaging. This is a structural feature of modern warfare. For analysts, the key question is not who speaks first. It is who can be independently verified. Analytical attention is now focused primarily on the circulating video. At first glance, the footage does show uniformed personnel in what appears to be a winter combat environment. However, under modern Osint methodology, initial visual impressions are only the starting point. Several technical questions typically follow. Can the location be precisely geolocated? Do solar shadows match the claimed timeframe? Do visible structures correspond to satellite imagery of the area? Is there supporting footage or metadata? At present, there is no widely accepted independent verification firmly placing the video in Hryshine. This does not mean the footage is incorrect, but methodologically it remains in the category of unverified battlefield material. At the same time, it is important to note a broader operational trend. Russian pressure in the Pokrovsk sector has indeed increased gradually over recent months. This context makes the claim operationally credible in general terms. But in professional analysis, credible and confirmed are not the same. When all elements are considered together, the picture becomes clearer. First, combat activity around Hryshine and Pokrovsk is real and ongoing. Second, Russia is consistently reporting local tactical successes in this sector. Third, the circulating footage aligns with that narrative, but lacks strong independent verification at this time. In situations like this, disciplined analysis requires holding two positions simultaneously: openness to possibility and caution in conclusion. One additional factor deserves attention. In positional warfare such as that seen across Donetsk, small frontline changes often reveal their strategic significance only over time. If Russian pressure in the Pokrovsk sector continues to build consistently, indicators will likely appear through shifts in the line of contact, increased frequency of engagement reports, or observable logistical adjustments in the area. For now, the most methodologically sound assessment is this: the Russian claim may reflect a genuine local engagement. However, the specific details remain independently unverified. Developments in the coming weeks around Pokrovsk will be particularly important to monitor. In modern conflict, information moves fast, often faster than certainty. For that reason, the most useful approach is disciplined analysis. Remain critical, remain open, remain data-driven. If you follow frontline developments like this, it is important not to rely on a single clip or a single narrative. Look for patterns. Look for consistency. Watch how the situation evolves over time. If you find this kind of structured analysis useful, consider supporting the channel through subscription, likes, and sharing. It helps sustain calm, data-focused coverage without unnecessary sensationalism. And finally, an important note: this analysis is based entirely on open-source information available at the time of recording. Conditions on the battlefield are highly dynamic. Specific details may evolve as new verified information emerges. Thank you for watching. We will continue monitoring developments on this front.
Вот здесь был вот